my sound is on, your sound is on, the game sound is on. Not that we're going to have any sound playing through the game. But, yeah, hello everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
Doing all right. Um, still, didn't make any progress on the bed stuff, but, do
Any
need
progress in
to,
cooling the room?
I haven't made any progress on that either. It is currently 77 in here, because I was playing Rocket League before, we started. And my laptop is definitely a powerful heater. Um, so I guess I could open the door, but then Marshmallow will come in here and go meow meow. Um, so
Yes, cats are jerks.
yeah. And she has plenty of room to wander around um, outside of the computer room. So
I was gonna say maybe
yeah,
you need a mesh door, but no, then she would just sit outside and yowl at you.
exactly. Um, yeah. Aside from that, um, don't really have much else to talk about. So, anything you want to talk about?
Nah.
All right, that means it's puzzle time. So, first puzzle we're going to tackle today is called Thermal Equilibrium by Flinty. Normal Sudoku rules: digits may not repeat along the indicated diagonals. Thermometers: digits on a thermometer strictly increase from the bulb to the tip, and the total value of all digits on each thermo is the same and must be deduced by the solver. Total value of all digits on the thermo is the same. Okay, so the thermos are essentially killer cages with the same sum. Hmm. Well, we can estimate the sum of everything, because if we just simply double count the corners, then um, with the double counting, that is going to be 4 sets of 45, which is 180. And we get this extra one, which is a minimum of 4. So 184 with some double counting. And if we divide that into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. So they're going to average around 21. I don't know if that's helpful. I guess what I should be doing more importantly is considering where important digits can go. Because if I look at this row, those are my 1s and those are my 9s. 9s, 1s, and 9s. Okay, so these 9s are pretty important because it can only be one of these two, which means it has to be one or both of these two. So anything that sees both of them cannot be a 9. So that would be all of those cannot be 9s. Which means for this box, box 9, 9 has to go across the middle. And so 9 is only in one of these two positions. No, that's not true. It can go one of these 4 positions. Unfortunately, there are 2 1s up here, which makes it less useful. Although, well, that is the only thing that sees this and both of those. And that couldn't be a 1 already anyway. And none of the other 9s line up. Hmm. What else do we do? The minimum. I mean, the minimum sum for all of these was 21, wasn't it? Well, we know it was 45 times 4. Now that double counts some stuff. So is there a way to get rid of the double counting and still get the minimum? So that would be the smallest possible set of values that they could double count as? No, that would give us the maximum. If I want to know the minimum, then I would want to make those values as large as possible.
Well, the corner in box 7, the maximum it can be is 7.
Yeah.
Same with box 3.
If this was a 6, this couldn't be a 7. And we also know that those are all different. I mean, I could just make them 30 just for funsies.
Well, the max, since there's 3 cell ones,
Hmm.
max they can be is 24.
Yeah. So they're all going to have to be minimum 18. Hmm. Well, I know none of
Boxes,
these could be not.
none of them can be the same.
Yeah. 184. If I just subtract the minimum, um, that would be minus 10, right? If I put a 1, a 2, and a 3, 4 pair,
Right.
that should have the minimal problems. And then I divide that by 9. I get my minimum, excuse me, my maximum is going to have to be 19 then, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Although that would be 180 minus 10 plus 9. Divide that by 9. It's still 19. Because if I want the maximum, then I minimize these, because that's minimizing the amount that's subtracted out. And we maximize that digit here. So maximum 19. Oh, wait a second. 180 minus 30 plus 4. Divide that by 9. And the minimum's 18. So it's 18 or 19 for the runs, right? For each
Yeah.
thermo. Now, that was with if I did 180 minus 30, but it is not possible to put 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the corners.
Right.
Okay, these could be a 7, 8 pair. So if I made those a 7, 8 pair, um, 9, 8, 6. So this could be a 6. And then what could this be?
It could be a 5, followed by 7, 8, 9, which doesn't interfere with the 6,
Okay. So, um,
which is 26.
so 180 minus 26, you said?
Uh huh.
And then I want to make this minimum, so I would add a 4. Then we divide that by 9, and it's still 18 or 19. Well, that's actually a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping that that would force 19 as the only option. Hmm. Okay. So now what? Okay. Well, I can make this an 8, 9, and a 1. And this a 1, 8, and a 9. And 1, 8, and 9 is 18.
Right.
So I was hoping to force it to be 19, because that would take ones off of these two and give me a 1 here and a 1 in one of those two. Okay, going back to how we got this 17. If I made that 18 with a 5 here, and then 7, 8, and 9, that's way more than 18.
Right. That's 29.
Yeah. And since they all have to be the same, then a 5 wouldn't work. Okay. 18 times 9 is 162. If we subtract 180, so then 18 is the value of the double counts and this one? Because if everything's 162, so take those out for a second. This is 162, and then I subtract all of this, but the corners are all double counted, so the double counting and blue goes away. So red is 162, or is 180 minus 162. So red is 18. And if I make that 19 times 9, this proves that it can't be 19 times 9, because, or it can't be 19. Because if I subtract 180 from it, then I get 9. But because the four corners have to be different, they would be a minimum of 10. Is that right? So that means it has to be 18? Does that seem reasonable, Mama?
Thinking.
Because the value of the red cells, which I'm going to make purple just for funsies, is everything around. And it is 9 groups that are all the same thing. So
Right.
if I subtract red from I know red is 180. Or no, I don't. I know with the double counting, red is 180.
Right.
Okay, so right now, red is 180. I want to subtract out blue,
which is 171 if it's 19.
Right. So
So
anything
then,
that is red and blue goes away. We know these are all red and blue. These are all red and blue. And then red and blue.
and no matter what, those cannot be four separate, four different digits
Yeah.
and sum to 9.
Now,
11 is the absolute minimum they could be.
yeah, but the purple digits are still part of the red group, which was 180.
Right, but that's from the double count.
Yeah. So red minus blue is 9. So I did it wrong before.
Oh, okay.
And then if it's 180 minus 9 times 18, that is not what I wanted. 180 minus 9 times 18 in parentheses. Then I get an enter, and I get 18 for red minus blue. Okay. I need a new tab. And on this new tab, I need that to be Sudoku Notepad. And now that should pop up on screen behind the calculator. So 180 minus 9 times 19 equals positive 9. And if I make this 20, that would equal 0. And that's proof that it doesn't work, because
That
we're
20
doing
doesn't work right.
red minus blue equals question mark. And now we do 18. It's going to give me 18. And then if I try 17, that's going to give me 27. Which I could theoretically do. Except I would have to make the red digits too big.
Right.
Well, even if I maximized them, right? Make it 30. Well, no, I don't want to maximize it. Oh, yeah, I do. Because I could do 30 minus 3. Or I could do,
Well, except you can't get 30 with the corners
right. And I
because
can't
you
do
can't put a
29
9.
minus 2. Yeah, since this is maximum 30 and maximum 4, or minimum 4, the largest separation I can get is 26.
Right.
So that's proof that that doesn't work. So yeah, it does have to be one of these two. So red minus blue is either 9 or 18. And since we know that blue is minimum 4, then red it would be maximum 22. And then so blue would be maximum, I guess, 9. So min 18. No, that's not how that works. Wait, is it? If I do 27 minus 9, that gives me 18. And if I do 9 plus 4, that gives me 13. Okay. So red is 13 through 27, and blue is 4 through 9. Oh, I don't have the stream on my phone. That would help. Okay. No chats so far. Okay. Now with this information. Now, when we did the numbers, well, we tried to put a 5, a 6, and a 7, 8 pair, which was 26. But a 5 here would make this way too big. In fact, would a 4 make this too big also? Because 4, 5, 6, 7 is 22? 3, 4, 5, 6 would be 18. So this is maximum of 3. Which means this is maximum of 3. In fact, anything that's length 4 is maximum 3. Because 4, 5, 6, 7 is 22, right?
Right.
And 22 is larger than our target of 18. Now with the two 3-cell ones, 5, 6, 7 is 18.
Yeah.
Now that just gives us the bulbs. Although, on all of the 4 cells, could I put an 8 at the end? Because if I did put an 8,
You have to
8, 9
follow
is
by a 9, which
17.
is already 17.
So if I tried a 7 and an 8, that's 15 plus 1 and 2. So that the second from the end is maximum 7. Three, 4, 5, 6.
Well, then in column 1, the 2 tips have to be 8 and 9, don't they? Because you
Um,
can't put an 8 next to a not in the second to last place,
yeah.
and you can't put it in the corner.
And I think that's true over here as well, because that can't be an 8, and that can't be an 8, so this is 8, 9 pair. And then I think that's true here as well. And here. And if I put a 9 here, well, if I put an 8 here, then wait a second. This could theoretically be 8, 9, and a 1. These two are definitely an 8, 9 pair. And these two definitely are. Because I can't put 8 in any of those. Or here or here. Okay. So, well, that makes things complicated. And because that one's wrong. So still those two are 9. But I could do 8 and 9 and 1 to make 18. And 8, 9, and 2 for 19. So the only one we know for sure is 8, 9 is these two. Because these are all 4-cell ones.
Right.
Okay. What about the second one on the 4 cells? If I put a 6, 6, 7, 8 is 21. So that's not allowed. 5, 6, 7,
18.
and I still need 1 for 19, which is theoretically possible. Now at the end of the 4 cells, I couldn't use a 4 because that would only be 10. A 5, 4, 3, 2 is 14. 6 minimum. 6, 5, 4, 3 is 18. So that's the smallest the end can be, is a 6. Now for the 3-cell ones,
The center, the smallest it can be is 5. Because it has to be 18 or 19, right?
yeah,
So the smallest you can have there is a 5. 5 and 4 is 9. So
and then that would make this 6, 7, 8, 9. But if I put a 6 on the end, 6, 5, 4 is only 15. And 7, 6, 5 is 18. So this is 7, 8, 9. Okay. So if we bring back this, blue is now 6 through 9. Um, which automatically brings red up to 15. Um, 6 and 7 is 13. 13 and 5 is 18, plus another 3 is
21.
21. Now, that's if that was even possible to do a 6, a 7 on the right side, and a 5 and a 3 on the left.
Look at column 1. Find your 6,
Uh,
7, 8, 9s.
6, 7, 8, and 9. Make those purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 has to be in those 4. This is minimum 13. Well, that can't be a
And the
6.
6 comes off, yeah.
But yeah, it's still 13 minimum. Although that's only a 5 minimum or maximum. Oh, it's a 5 maximum, so the 5 comes off. So 5 is one of these two. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 is 18. So if this was a 5, well, I don't know what that would mean if that was a 5.
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So close. 2, 3, 4. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was the only one that had this thing. We know that this is 30. So the sum of the remainder is
right.
either 6, which would have to be 1, 2, 3, which doesn't work because 18 times 2 is 36. And that
Well,
would break this one
we
down
know
here.
those 2 have to be odd, sum to odd.
So that means it has to be 19 times 2 for 38, doesn't it? Because these 4 are 30 and they're across 2 thermos. So it has to be either 36, 18 times 2, Um, 18 times 2 for 36, or 19 times 2 for 38. And if it was 36, then the 3 that are outside of the 30 would be 1, 2, 3, which would break this one down here, right?
Oh, right.
So that proves that these two are 38 and each thermos is 19.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we need this anymore. So, um, we know that these four sum to 8, which takes a 1
8,
out. Um,
which is either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4.
right. So these two have to sum to 7, which is going to be 2, 5 or 3, 4. And if these two are 7, then these two are 12, which removes 9 as a possibility, forcing 9 to be here. 8 and 4, 6s are gone, and it would be 5 and 7. Now we get a 4, 5 pair. These
1,
have
2,
to
3
sum to
triple.
10.
There's 1, 2, 3 triple.
These have to sum to 10, so 6 isn't an option, and 1 isn't an option. 2, 3 pair, and a 7, 8 pair. This is the only 6 in the row. Oh, this is 1,
Alright, well, 6. Well, that's 7. So those sum to 12,
which has to
which
be
would be
3 and
3 and
9.
9.
So 2, 2, 11 and 8 is 18. 7, this is 9, so these two are 10, so that's a 3.
And 4, 5, there's only one way to do 4, 5.
Oh, right, derp. That was true
Sorry, I sounded a
earlier.
little hello?
5, um, 6 and 8 is the only way that works. 7 and 9 there. Yep, 19, 38.
Okay.
8, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5.
8 and 2 is
That's
10, so
10.
those sum to 9.
So that's going to have to be 4 and 5,
And
but
you
that
can't
doesn't
do
work. Did I mess this one up? 18, 19, 19, 18, 18. I might have messed this one up. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 6, 8, 9. And 7's not an option. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 9. 6 and 9. And 4 plus 5 is 9. Plus 6 is 15. Plus 7 is 22. So it can't be 4 or 5, it must be a 2. And
well, and
so,
since the max it can be as an 8, the 8 comes off, the 7 comes off.
right. Um, so now I'm left with 17. Um, so an 8 would require 9, which isn't possible. 7 would require 10. 7 and 2. Yeah, would be a 3 and a 7. But 7 would be duplicated. So 5, a 4, and a 3 is 14. So something's wrong.
Well, where'd the 8 go
The 8
at the tip?
made these have to be
Oh,
9,
right.
and I can't do 7 and 2, and I can't do 4 with a 5 that's smaller than it. So let's just restart real quick. If we look at column 1, the the proofs that it had to be 18 or 19 came from just the simple mathematics. So we know it has to be 18 or 19. And if we look at this one right here, this is length 4. If I make this a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7, that's 22, which is more than 18. So the tip, or excuse me, the bulb has to be 1, 2, or 3. The second one could be a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. But if I made it a 6, a 7, and an 8, that's 21, which is already too big. So I can't put a 6 here. 5, 6, and 7 makes 18, and 1 is 19. So a 5 here is possible. Um, and that is going to be true around here as well. So those have to be that way.
Yeah, that would be for all the 4 cell.
Yeah, and this one's a 4 cell. And now if we ask for the 3 cell, if I made this a 6, a 7, and an 8, that's 21. So this is maximum 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 4 are 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, and 9. So that is 30. And since we proved that this can't be 1, 2, 3, or this has to be 1, 2, or 3, because if I did a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, that's 22. So that wouldn't be allowed to be a 4. Then if these were 6, making it 18 in all of the thingies, all of the thermos, then it wouldn't work out.
Yeah, so 1919 is 38.
So if we know that this has to be 8, then we know a 1 comes out and a 2 comes out. And the 2 or the 3
Why
that is
does
the smaller,
Oh, never mind.
because it's a 1 with either 2, 5, or 3,
I was
4.
I was had the 2 in the wrong spot. It's like, why is the 2 coming out? Oh, the two's not coming out of there.
Yeah. But this one down here can't be a 3. Because if it was, this would be a 2, and then you'd have 4 and 5 up here, which is 9, which is more
Right.
than 8. So that's not a 3. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, except not a 9, and then this is 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we know this can't be an 8, because that would be 8 and 9, which is 17, and I have way too much over here. This is minimum 6.
But it has to be odd.
Right. Oh, right, because these are 7. Because we know that those 3 are 8. And 38, which leaves 7 for the column. So that was 4 or 5 anyway. And so we know that this is 7, and we know the whole thing is 19. 7 and
12.
12, which is, well, 9 would need to pair with a 3. 8 would pair with 4, and you can't use a pair of 6s, so that's 5, 7, 4, and 3.
Means 1, 2, 5 is at the top.
Yeah. Now
And
this one, it can't be 1
yeah,
because it needs to be 19. And if this was the 1, then I would only be able to make 18. So that's 1. This isn't.
it was the 2, 5. It doesn't have to be because it could be 1 and 5 for 6 and 6, 7 for 13 and the 2 with 7, 8 or with 8,
Okay.
9. That's where the mistake was.
Um, Now, if this was 8 and 9, then this one would be broken, so that's not an 8. Um, and if this was 8 and 9, that could be 2. If this was a 5, I need to make these sum to 14. If it's a 2, it has to be 8, 9. Otherwise, a 5 is 14, and that only works with
Alright,
nothing.
the top one,
No, 6, 8,
right, if it's 1, 2, then it has to be
7, 9.
16, which is 7, 9. If it's 1, 5, that's 6, and you need 13, which is 6, 7.
Yeah,
There you go. So the 8 has to go in the bottom one.
yeah. And 7 in the top one. Okay. Continuing around.
Alright, well, okay, row 9.
Yeah,
We have in box 7 in box 7, those sum to 16.
yeah.
Box
And
8,
is another
16
19.
and 19 is 35. So those sum to 10 and the tip is a 9 in box 9.
Mhm. And the only place for a 9 in here is the here. So these two are 10, which
Right.
is 2 and 8,
2 and
3,
8,
7, 4, 6, has to be 2, 8.
which
Um,
leaves 1. The bulb is
3,
1, 3,
6,
6.
19.
And we can do the same thing for column 9. 6 and 9 is 15 plus 19.
It's 11, so that's 8 more. So I need an 8 here. It's not on this thermo, so that's 8. Um, and now if I did, well, I can't put a 1 here, so this is minimum 2,
Well, then the only place to put a 1 in that column,
right, is here.
and now those sum to 10. So what's
Yeah,
left?
so that would be
Can't and it's
2,
gotta be 3,
8,
7.
3, 7, because 4, 6 is broken by that, and you can't be a pair of 5s. So
Which leaves
2,
2,
4, and
4,
5,
5. Uh-huh.
which makes this 2 and that 5. And that's kind of upsetting that we messed up these over here. This one,
16.
so these 3 are 10 with an extra 9, and
Yeah.
then 18 minus 9 is 9. So that worked correctly. So these are 10, which is going to have to be 2, 3, and 5, I think.
Yeah.
And so 4, 6, and 9.
Oh,
Okay. 4, 8, and 7. 1, 2, 6, and 8. And none of these are 2s, so that is. 4, 5, 7, 8. 4s and 8s. 4, 5, 7, 8. 4, 5, 7, 8. 1 and 6. So apparently that's 3, that's 2, that's 9. 2, 5, 6,
5, 6,
9.
9.
So 5, 9, and 6. Unfortunately, we don't get the, well, 2's come out because the 2, 6 pair. 2, yeah, we don't have the same diagonal thing going on. Now where can 9 go on this diagonal? This one takes it off of this one takes it off of that. And so 7
2
isn't
can be
9, and neither
placed
is
in
2 or
box
6.
2.
2 in box 2. It's not here. It's not there. And that
2,
2,
6
6
pair
over
in
there.
row 2.
5, 7. 4, 7, 8 places of 5.
The
This is that one, so
left-hand
this
diagonal.
isn't an 8.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, the 8.
4, 7,
3,
8,
4, 7, 8.
and 3.
3.
Um,
1, 4, 7, 8. One, 2, 6, and 9.
2, 6, 3,
3,
and
7.
7. This one's less limited. Same here.
Well, row 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess that wasn't very helpful, was it?
Not really. 2, 8, 9, 5, 6, and 3.
Where does the 5 go on the positive diagonal?
Has to be this one. 1, 2,
1, 2,
6, and
6,
8.
8. Can't be 1, 6 pair.
1, 5, 6.
Row 6 needs a 7.
6 pair.
Row 5 needs 168. Oh, that's
So this
just a 4.
nice. That took us way too long.
It was getting started once we got the 19 figured out,
Yeah,
except for that boo-boo at the beginning.
yeah. Which I'm not even sure how that ended up happening. Did Because how did we rule the 2 out of this one?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh well. It's not like it's recorded for everyone to see. Um, Paste, enter, and it's by Flinty. Well, we didn't need the hints. All digits from row 4. Uh, Very nice. Um, I do think this one's pretty tough. Um, Noticing the fact that if you get all of these and you think of what the range of the values could be for these, um, and you just do um, what we had done before, um, Sudoku Notepad, the 180, which is what's currently highlighted in red and blue, which should actually be red and purple. And then if you subtract out all of this, which we know is some multiple of 18, excuse me, some multiple of 9, and then anything that's both red and blue, means, and if I just grab these purple digits, make those red, then calculator, that could go away. Then 180 minus 9 times something, I mean, the limiting case is 20, which would give you 0, um, which is not possible because red is minimum 10 and blue, um, red minus blue equals question mark. And so that eliminates um, uh, 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 20 as a possibility. And then you just do the same thing here where you just 19, it's going to give you 9, 18 gives you 18, and then 17 gives you 27. And then 27 doesn't work because even if red could have been 30, 9, or the blue, was minimum 4, and 30 minus 4 is 26, so there's no way to increase the difference. Because red can only get smaller, which would make the difference smaller, or blue can only get larger, which again makes the difference smaller. So that one's kicked out. And so the 1 through 5 that you noticed in column 1 eliminates 18. But knowing to even consider those options is is pretty difficult. and being able to do the mathematics for it and all of that. But once you've gotten that, it's fairly straightforward from there. But I think that justifies a hard rating, so I'm gonna say hard, even though this is a 2-star puzzle for most other people. Maybe also because it has hints. Um, yeah. All right. Well, with that, we have done this puzzle. Copy, and then put it into my notes there. And then we are going to tackle second puzzle for today, Giant's Deep by 99% Sneaky. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along arrows sum to the digit in the attached circle. Digits in a gray square are even. Digits in gray circles are odd. Digits in cages sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. And digits along thermometers strictly increase from the bulb end. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive, and digits separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio, re, one is double the other. Not all dots for either color are given. Or maybe I should actually just simply read the words that are here, which is not all dots for both colors are given. Lots of rules. So normal Sudoku rules, digits along arrows. So let's say this arrow was a 5, then I could do a 1 and a 4 to make 5. Or if this was a 6, maybe that's a 2 and a 4. Digits in gray squares are even, so this could be a 4 but not a 5. Gray circles are odd, so this could be a 5 but not a 4. Digits in cages sum to the number in the top left, so this 8 here could be 3 and 5. Digits along thermometers strictly increase from the bulb end, so similar to our last puzzle. So this could go 1, 2, 5, 8 because of the black Kropke dot. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive, so this could go 4 and then 5. And then the black Kropke dot could be 8 and then 4. Yeah, and then no negative constraints. All right, let's begin.
Gray squares.
Might as well go ahead and do that. All right. Well, in column 1, I see that there are no 9s except for these two. And the reason for that is I can't put a 9 on an arrow, because if I did, 9 and 1 is 10 minimum, and I can't make 10 in a single cell. So that's same true as here. And then 9 is odd, so it can't be on an even square. So 9 must be one of those two.
Go ahead and put in the
Here,
black Kropkes. There's only 2 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Now this one is clearly not 1, 2, or 3. So this cannot be a 6. And it can't be 1. It could be a 2, and it could be a 4, and it could be an 8. Okay. If we consider this black Kropke dot, this even square, and the fact this cell has to be even, 11 is odd. And the only way to make odd is to add an odd digit and an even digit together. because 2 odds makes even and 2 evens is even. So let's say this didn't have 1 or 3 on it. Well, there's 4 even digits, and now I can't make 11 work. So I have to do 1, 2, or 3, 6. um, so the even digit is 2, 4, 6, or 8. 2 would pair with 9, 4 pairs with 7, 6 pairs with 5, and 8 with 3.
And one cannot go on the thermo in that. Well, never mind. One could go on that crop geek.
Go over here as well.
Yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say, oh, that's a 1-9 pair, but no, it could go on the white on the Kropke dot. I was
Ah,
just
well, if
not
this was
thinking.
3, 6, then this would have to be 2. So then we have a 4, 8 pair. 8 would pair with 3, so this would have to be 4, 7, 8. So if this was 3, 6, 2, 8, 4, 4, 7, the 1, 9 that you noticed, and what's left over? 5? And then if this isn't 3, 6, it's 1, 2. Which I think
It
is
doesn't
less
give any help
interesting.
at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't help at all.
Might as well fill in the 8 and the 15. Although I'm not sure what that's going to mean quite yet. Hmm.
Okay, in box 4, if the thermo ends in 4,
Uh-huh.
then that's gonna be 3 before it. That has to be a 3, which makes 1, 2.
And then we have 6 and 8 left over. 8 would have to pair with 3.
Which it can't. So it
So
has to
this
be
would be
5,
5,
6.
6. And then 7, 9.
That would be 2. But if it were 6 or 8, that doesn't, you know, that's the only one that
Yeah. Hmm. 9 goes in one of those three positions.
Yeah.
9 goes in one of those two positions.
There's 3 possibilities along row 1, unless I missed something.
I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all of those can't be 9s. Here, can't go on the arrow. Yeah, lots of possibilities.
Um, it can't go along the top row.
Of,
In box 8 because of the white
oh,
Kropke
right.
dot.
Yeah, because in order for this to be 9, that would have to be 8, and then one of those two would be 9, which would already clash with that, but then you'd have to have something greater than 9, or between 8 and 9, which is also not possible. I don't think this could be a 3, because then this would be a 2, and this would be a 1, and then this would have to be a 1 or 2, but that's 1 and that's 3. So not a 3, not a 4. Now if this was a 4, this would be, well, it could be a 2 or a 3. Making
Which
that a
it would
2,
have
3
to be a
pair.
2 to become a 3, yeah.
So that would be 1 either way. But 4 is still a possibility there. Alright. Well, that's all the places purple can go. And purple's 9. Column 4 only has one 9. Or excuse me, two places where 9 can go. But I can't say that it has to go with 8, because there's places where 8 can go.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing enough limitations for 9.
No.
Okay. Can this 8 be a pair of even digits? Could it be 2, 6? Well, then these would be 4, 8, but then how would the 9 work? It can't be 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, or 4, 5, because I'd be taking up all of the even digits. So 2 and 6 aren't a possibility here. These have to both be odd. One odd, excuse me, one even, two evens, that could be 4 evens. Except it couldn't be 4 evens, because no matter what, this arrow has to have at least one even. Because either the circle is even, in which case it could be a pair of odds, or the circle is odd, and therefore it must be an odd and an even pair. So this is at least one even, so that's 2 evens, and that's 3 evens. So this can't be 2, 6. Oh, and we know that this is 1 even, 2 evens, 3 evens, and the 4 evens, so this isn't 4 or 6 either. Now, if we know that this is 1 even or 3 evens, but we have an even here and an even here, this couldn't be 3 evens, so it must only be 1 even. So even, 1, 2, and 3, so this digit is even. And now I think we have an odd-even puzzle.
Is that one in box 9? Okay, yeah,
No, I highlighted that on accident.
what I thought.
One even, 2 even, 3 even, 4 even. So the others are odd, which makes this one even. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 evens, and 2 odds. There are 4 possibilities for 9, and the 8 is going to knock out 2 of them. But that still leaves 2 possibilities left. If this was 7, this would have to be 8. 5, 6, 4, and a 1, 2 pair.
Right, in box 5,
Uh-huh.
if if that little circle for the arrow, if it's even,
Yeah,
it can't be 2, it can't be 4 because that would break the 8.
right.
If it's 6, it would have to be 2, 4, but it can't be because if that's even, they have to be odd, 2
Yeah,
odds. And it can't be okay, it could be 3 and 5.
right.
So yeah,
Now, it can't be 3 because a 1, 3 would break, well, excuse me, 1, 2, and 3 would still break the 8.
right.
A 5 would make this one
It'd
7,
have to
so this
be
would be 2, 3. I don't think 7 and 9 are quite so restricted. Although 7 would put 3, 5 here, so this would actually have to be 1, 6. Because it couldn't be 2, 5 or 3, 4. So 7's not a possibility, because that can't be 1 or 6.
right.
But 9 would allow for 1, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 was 3, 5, and then 5 was 2, 3. Hmm, it's a bit annoying. So I was really hoping it
Yeah.
to make that odd. Hmm.
Oh, but if that is an 8,
Uh-huh.
where does the 9 go in that box? It would have
Oh.
to go on it can't go on the white Kropke, and that's the only place now for a 9 in that box. So, that is odd. And the 9 would have to be either 1, 8, 4, 5, 3, 6, or 2, 7. Okay.
Yeah. We're at 4 odds for column 5. only there was a reason to get a fifth one.
All right, where can we put an 8 in column 5?
No, 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 no.
Can't go there because that puts a 9 on the tip, which is on a crop key.
So 8 is one of these two, and it can't be that
It can't go on
because
the bulb of
there
a
aren't
3 cell
two.
thermo. So that's even. Now column 4, oh, has 2 spots for a possible 9.
Here and here.
I guess it has 3 because it could go on the bottom of the thermo and be an 8 above it.
Where?
Huh? Column 6. I was looking to see where 9s could go, but
Yeah.
because it wasn't ruled off of that thermo, off of that crop key dot, so there was more
Hmm.
than. But where can 9 go in box 8? It can't go on the white crop key.
So now 9 is here or here. What's left over in this box?
1 through 7.
Yeah. Hmm. Not sure what options I have.
In column 1,
Yeah.
one of those arrows is gonna be an even odd. The
Yeah.
other is a pair of odd.
Yeah.
So in column 2, the circles are an even odd pair,
Yeah.
and that's an even odd on the black crop key. That
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Oh, where's 9 in column 7? It's not here because of this 9. Can't put a 9 in a 9, and it's not even. Can't put 9 in 8. So 9 either goes on this circle or the middle here. Which isn't impossible. 9 is in only one of 2 positions. 3 positions. No, 4 positions. So now what? Now what? This is only a single even, but it is possible for those to both be even.
Yep.
Hmm. 2, 4,
And in
2,
box 3, the
6.
arrow has only one even.
Yeah. Same with box 9 and 7 and 5. This is 3 through 7.
Well,
Hmm. What do we need to do? I kind of want this to be 3-6. However, I can't think of a reason why it can't be. Because if it's 3-6, then um you get 4-8, 2-4-8, and 2-4-8. 3 and 6 is gonna force 4-7, I think. You can't do 3-8 or 5-6. So then
Yeah, we've
fours
already
would be
been through
removed.
this.
Yeah,
5 is on the corner, on the elbow,
and 1-9.
which makes that 9 in the circle in box 5.
Right.
Which makes the 8 cage 7/1 because of the 4-7 in row 6.
Right. 2-6-8. But where would 3 go?
Ah,
Because
right.
3 has to
There's
be
no
one of
spot for a
these.
3.
Okay, so somehow this can't be 3-6 because of that. Okay. Well, now what? Hmm. Why is this puzzle so hard?
I don't know.
Okay, well, a 4 would place a 3. So this would be 5-6. So 8 and 7-9. Four be 2. So this would be 3 or 7. 3 and 7 be removed. Four, 6, 8. Well, you can put 6 in either one. And 4 wouldn't work. Why does that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I can't use 3 or 7, so 7's gone.
And you can't have 1 or 2, so the 1, 7 has to be the 8 cage.
Why can't it be 3, 5?
Well, because you because where do you put the 1 in the box? There's a 2 on the crop key, black crop key dot,
Right.
so you can't have 1 on the white one.
So this has both 1 and 3 on it. But if I make this 4, then this has to be 2. And so this would have to be 1 or 3. So it would have to be 3, 5, 1, 7, 7 over 1.
8, 9 on the crop key.
So 4, 6 left over. Well, I was kind of hoping that would be it. To remove everything or not. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. We can never use 9. So if that's 2 or 4, this would be 5 or 7. 6 is gone. 8 is gone. And it's 15.
The 8 cage in column 7,
The top one.
well, the bottom one's a 9 cage anyway.
Yeah.
Because of the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 used in the row, the 1, 7 becomes the 8 cage.
Ah, 3 and 5 there.
So the 9 cage below it now becomes 4, 5.
Oh, there's an 8 here. That's 9 and 6.
This that can't be 8 or 7.
It's 2.
That one can't be 1 or 7. But the one, go back to the other side.
Can't be
Yeah.
8 across, so that's 3. This is 5. 1, 7, 8 across. Well, this is getting dangerously close to solving the puzzle, I guess. Well, if this was 3, this would be 6, so this would be 2 or 6. Then we'd have 1, 7. Four, 8. 3, 4, 7, 8. So 4 and 8 pair up. Not that it's really necessary. I don't really there either. What are we supposed to look at? This needs both 1 and 3 in it. Well, if this is a 5, then that would have to be 1, 7, and 2, 3. If this is 9, well, since that can't be both 1 and 3, I could do 1 and 8, or 3 and 6. I don't know. Seven would place 8, which would make this 5 or 6, or 5 and 6. So this would have to be 4, which would break. So this isn't a 7. If this was an 8, that's a 4, that's a 6. So this would have to be 4 and 7. 4 would have to pair with 5 and 9 and 1, 7. Take 7 out, 1 out. And now how do I make this work?
Well,
Because I don't have a 3.
can
So
you
this
pair
can't be
4 with
8.
1 for 5?
No, because 1 and 5 would make this 3,
Oh, right,
7.
breaks. Right, right. Okay. So the right side of that croppy dot can no longer be a 4.
Right,
So the bottom, the point, the tip of that arrow can't be a 5.
right. Six, 3, 2, 6. This would have to be 1, 7. This is 4 or 8. So we've got 4 and 8, 7 and 3. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't have 7. So the odd digit must be 5 or 9. But I already knew that. So that's not helpful. Hold on. Can this be 3 and 5? I'd make this 9, 2 or 8, force of 4, 1 or 7, which I have to have a 1 in here. So this would have to be 1, 8. So 6. So now this would have to be 8 and 3, which is going to be this way. So I've got 1, 2 there. A 4 forces a 3. Oh, but now I've got... So this can't be 3, 5, because that's what I started with. This has to be 1, 7.
Okay, then the 3 has, so it's either 2, 3 or 3, 6.
Yeah.
And 7 comes off of the white crop key. So it's now either 8, 9,
Or 4, 5, 6.
or 5, or, yeah.
4, 5, or 5, 6, rather.
Okay, so column 5, 1s and 7s come out.
Right. 1, 1, 7, 1, 7.
Okay, and then follow the thermos around of what you just took out.
Right. So 6 comes out. 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 9, 8, 6, 5. 2, 3, 4, 7, 6, 5.
Okay, the top one, or the second from the top, that's in
Oh, right.
box.
2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, which has to be 3, 6.
The 1, 2's resolved.
Which one, 2?
2, 8
Oh,
pair
because of
in
the
the
2,
row.
8. 4 can't lead to another 4. 3, 8 makes that 7. This is 3, that's 5. 4.
Look at that thermo in box 8 going up to box 5.
2, 1. 3. That's 2, that's 3, that's 5, that's 6. One of those is 8.
Well, it's an 8, 9 because this box 8 has a 6, 7 in the white crop key. Box 2 needs the 7.
This can't be 8 and can't be 6.
Well, then it can't sum to 8. And 2 can't go
6,
with
8
either of
pair.
those.
6, 8, 6, 5. 9, 8. 9, 8, 7, 8. 7, 6, 2, 7. Not a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Guess I should work top down. 4, 6.
1 and 9.
Somehow not resolved. 5.
5.
No,
5.
6 was the first one. 4.
1 and 4. 9. Oh,
2, 3, 4.
9.
2, 6, 4, 5, 8, 1, 2, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, first try.
Well, those each took us an hour.
Yeah. This one felt really fiddly. In like I knew we were supposed to focus in here, but I
We
guess
were
I just
just not asking
struggled.
ourselves the correct
Yeah,
questions. If we had started with, okay, can this 8 cage be 3, 5? Well, no, it can't. That's what solved it.
yeah. That is not the right button. You would think I would know how to use a computer by now. 99% sneaky. Column 6. Row 8. I guess I kind of want to go with average because nothing was like super tricky. It was literally just asking the right questions. I know my brain was kind of slow because it's 78 in here. So every time I do this, I melt myself. So I need to just install the AC in here and then just do the noise subtraction. And then eventually I'll get my new desk and then I'll have a camera again once I have all the lights set up. Yeah. Copy the link. I'm gonna just go with average. Yeah, because it's really just looking in here, asking the right questions. Can this be this? If so, what happens? Um, yeah. Darn. Oh well. Looks like most people rate it around average. With that, that is the.
And you didn't put that one in the comments. Oh
Oops.
well. Link will be in the description, right?
Yep. There's the link in the chat for anyone who wants to give it a go. But it will be in the stream description. All right, with that, I have nothing else. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement. If you want to see other content on the channel, ring the notification bell. But that is Sudoku Mondays and Wednesdays now at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Cooperative games on Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Current cooperative game is Dying Light. And then I'm probably going to play Last of Us as the next game, because I kind of don't feel like going back to Final Fantasy VI without a guide. So, with that, yeah, with that, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.